The Jordan River is of symbolic and spiritual significance to many since the Bible says,
"The Jordan River is finally dried up and something terrifying is happening." The Jordan River has been looked up to in the Middle East for a long time because of its religious and historical value. But, in a shocking turn of events, the river is finally dried up. This has led to a series of scary events that are sending shockwaves through the area. This has never happened before, so everyone is worried and asking important questions about the future. The Jordan River has been a sacred place for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam for hundreds of years. It has been written about in old text and has been seen many holy events. Also, the river has been an important source of water for local people and has helped agriculture in the area. The drying up of the Jordan River has become a scary fact that has led to a number of scary effects. The river's quick disappearance has messed up delicate ecosystems, putting animals and plants in danger. The agricultural sector, which depends a lot on the river's water for irrigation, is facing a serious problem that threatens food production and people's ability to make a living. So, curiosity begins in each of us about what is miraculously happening. If we are all curious to know the hidden mystery, then stay tuned until the end. The Jordan River flows through an area in the Middle East that is full of history, faith, and natural beauty. It is surrounded by ancient land. It has been a holy thread between different cultures and faiths for thousands of years, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. The Jordan River has a sense of mystery and respect because it flows from the snow-capped peaks of Mount Hermon. It winds through rough territory, carving deep valleys and gorges and making a beautiful picture of nature's power. The river flows in a winding path for about 251 kilometers, passing borders and capturing the spirit of the area. In the Christian faith, it is closely linked to Jesus Christ's baptism, which represents a spiritual link between heaven and earth. Judaism sees the river as a holy border, a threshold that marks the entrance into the promised land, and a sign of the Israelites' strength and faith. And in Islam, the Jordan River is respected as a place where prophets lived and as a place where people can spiritually get clean. Besides being important spiritually and culturally, the Jordan River has been a lifeline for many generations. Its waters, which were once plentiful and clean, have kept people alive and made the land grow well. Along the river's banks, crops have been grown, towns have grown, and trade and culture have gone back and forth. It has been a very important blood vessel, bringing precious water to the dry land to quench its thirst and keeping a delicate balance of plants and animals alive. But the Jordan River's future has taken a scary turn. Even though the river has been strong in the past, its once powerful flow has slowed down and its waters have gone down. Its fall has been caused by a number of things such as climate change, bad ways of managing water, and more people using the same amount of resources. There are many effects of this change in the environment. Also, the drying up of the Jordan River will have big effects on the towns around it. The river's water is used a lot for irrigation and agriculture, which is a big part of the local economy. The lack of water threatens food yields and ways of making a living, which causes economic uncertainty and social unrest. The effects go beyond just providing food for now. They also affect the long-term food security and stability of the area. The effects of the Jordan River drying up are not just limited to the area around it. They sound like a loud call for people all over the world to pay attention and act. The loss of such an important water source is a stark reminder of how fragile our world is and how much we all depend on each other. It asks people to think about their relationship with nature and to adopt sustainable practices that will protect the valuable resources we need to live. Faced with this ecological crisis, the whole world must work together, putting aside differences and beliefs, to solve the problem of the Jordan River and its wider effects. To implement successful water management strategies, encourage conservation, and lessen the effects of climate change, people need to work together. We can only bring the Jordan River back to its former glory and make sure it stays that way by working together and recommitting to our shared responsibilities as guardians of the earth. Today, though, the banks of the Jordan River are quiet and sad. The once powerful waters have gone away, leaving behind a desolate area of broken earth and hopes that have been left behind. The slow drying up of this legendary river, which shows how the delicate balance of nature has been upset, makes everyone who sees it feel a deep sense of sadness. Climate change, that constant ghost that haunts our world, casts a long shadow over the plight of the Jordan River. Rising temperatures, unpredictable weather, and less rain all work together to drain the life out of it. The flow, which used to be strong, has now slowed down to a small trickle, which is all that's left of its former greatness. It's a stark reminder of how fragile our world is and how urgently we need to work together. As the river's watery hug fades away, a sad elegy is written for the delicate ecosystems that grow in it. As species gets closer and closer to extinction, the rich fabric of life, which is made up of many different kinds of plants and animals, starts to fall apart. Majestic herons fly away to find safety in faraway places, while bright wildflowers bow their heads and their petals wilt in sadness. The life that used to dance along the riverbanks has turned into a sad silence. The fall of the Jordan River has effects that go far beyond the river's reach. It has set off a chain reaction that can be felt all over the area. Communities that are fighting to get enough water are more likely to be unhappy, which can lead to conflict. As the fight for life gets harder, tensions rise like mercury in a hot room. The river's drying up, which used to be a sign of togetherness and a shared history, could now cause problems. A fragile environment that is about to fall apart is a sobering reminder that we control the future of the Jordan River, just as we control the future of our world. We need to put aside our differences and work together across borders and beliefs to protect and fix this important lifeline. We need to work together to deal with the root causes, adopt sustainable practices, and fight for the protection of our natural world. When the Jordan River dried up, it caused a lot of terrible things to happen, each one scarier than the last. The river used to gently touch the land, making it rich and full of life. Now the land is dry and lifeless. Fields that used to be full of green plants and golden crops are now empty, with cracked dirt begging for rain. The threat of famine was big, and it cast a dark shadow over towns that got their food from the river. As the delicate balance of nature broke down, both people and animals felt a constant thirst in their parched mouths. The lack of water, which used to be far away, is now a pressing issue for everyone. As the wells ran dry, the whispers of worry got stronger, leaving communities gasping for a drop of water to save them. Survival turned into a daily fight, a haunting reminder of how weak people are in the face of nature's randomness. But that wasn't the end of the fear. As people became more desperate, their spirits began to weaken as well. Communities that used to be close because they had the same history now find themselves in a fight to stay alive. As people fought over fewer and fewer resources, they became angry and fought with each other. This caused society to fall apart. Fear, thirst, and the shadows of hopelessness cast a dark cloud over the area. Still, despite all the trouble, there are signs of strength and hope. Communities come together in times of trouble because they have an unbreakable spirit. As neighbors help each other out and share what little they have left, the sounds of working together are getting louder. When people come together, the real beauty of humanity shines through, like a lighthouse in the middle of the darkness. Let's take comfort in the strength of the human spirit, the power of coming together, and the perseverance of nature when scary things happen. Let's weave a tapestry of compassion, caretaking, and shared responsibility to protect not just the Jordan River, but all the rivers and ecosystems in our world. For it is through our actions as a group, led by love and respect for the natural world, that we can write a new chapter of hope, making sure that the scary things that are happening now will be the start of a better, more sustainable future. As the waters of the Jordan River go down and scary things happen, scientists and researchers are called on to figure out what's going on. Using their scientific knowledge and respect for nature, they try to figure out why the river is drying up through careful research and a desire to understand. Climate change is an area of science that could be part of the answer. Rising temperatures, changes in how it rains, and higher rates of evaporation could all cause the Jordan River to lose water. As the delicate balance between rainfall and water availability is thrown off, the river's flow slows down. This is a stark reminder of how much a changing climate affects the ecosystems of our world. Also, practices for managing water that aren't sustainable may play a part. Water resources are under a lot of pressure from agriculture, business, and a growing population. Too much water can be taken out of a river, or it can be diverted away from it to meet people's needs. This can cause the river to slowly die out. Even when people don't mean to, their actions can have big effects on the fragile ecosystems that depend on the river's flow. Geological reasons could also play a role in the Jordan River drying up. Natural things like tectonic shifts or changes in underground springs could cause the river's path to change and change the way it moves water. These unknown forces may slowly change the flow of the river's water or slow it down, causing the disturbing changes we see today. As experts learn more about what's wrong with the Jordan River, they realize how important their work is. Their work goes beyond just research. They also look for ways to fix problems and protect the environment. They support sustainable ways to handle water, fight for the protection of important ecosystems, and ask the world to work together to stop climate change. In their search for knowledge, experts try to shed light on how people in the natural world can live together in a more peaceful way. They do their study with a sense of wonder and humility, showing and knowing that the world's complex systems are beautiful and linked. They want to protect and repair the beauty of the Jordan River to make sure that it will be there for future generations. Even though these things are scary, scientific research gives us a little bit of hope. It acts as a lighthouse, pointing people towards a future when the Jordan River flows easily again, thanks to the work of everyone who wants to protect its beauty and importance. Through scientific research and respect for nature, we set out on a journey of understanding where the search for knowledge and the protection of our planet go hand in hand. When we think about how the drying up of the Jordan River affects people and the environment, we feel a deep sense of responsibility and urgency. It also reminds us that the health of communities and the health of our natural world are inextricably linked. It is a tapestry made of threads of kindness, stewardship, and recognizing that we all have the same fate. At the heart of this story is the social aspect, which focuses on the plight of communities directly affected by the drying up of the Jordan River. When there isn't enough water, people whose lives and jobs depend on the river are in danger. It's a time of hardship and strength when kindness and understanding are more important than ever. In this shared battle, we need to support and lift each other up, lending a hand to lessen the effects of a lack of water and come up with long-term solutions. But the natural worries about the Jordan River drying up make it even more important that we all act quickly. The fragile environments that depend on the river's flow and the wide range of plants and animals that live in and around it face an uncertain future. The loss of habitat, the decrease in variety, and the possibility that some species could go extinct all show how much humans have changed the natural world. It's a call to action that tells us to keep and fix the natural balance of the river, recognizing that our own health is closely tied to the health of the environment. In order to deal with these issues, which are all connected, we need to work together. It's important to find a good balance between helping affected communities with their immediate humanitarian needs and getting to the root causes of the environmental problem. It means putting in place sustainable ways to handle water, encouraging conservation efforts, and making it easier for people around the world to work together to lessen the effects of climate change. With this balanced approach, we have a chance to make a future in which the Jordan River thrives again, communities find peace and wealth, and the natural world grows in all its glory. It's a future where caring about people and the environment goes hand in hand, led by a deep respect for how all life on Earth is connected. In this story of how everything is linked, we can find the power to make changes and make the world a more caring and sustainable place. It's a lesson that what we do has far-reaching effects, and that if all we take is responsibility, we can make a better future for ourselves. Let's keep helping people and taking care of the environment together, creating a tapestry of hope, strength, and respect for all living things. This will make sure that the Jordan River and the delicate balance it represents will last for many years to come. The international community is ready to react to the drying up of the Jordan River and the growing crisis it represents with unity, compassion, and a shared commitment to working together. It is a time when people from all over the world agree that they need to work together to solve the environmental and social problems that are happening right now. The drying up of the Jordan River is a strong call to action that makes people want to work together to find a global solution. Nations, groups, and individuals are asked to put their differences aside and work together towards a shared goal, protecting and restoring this valuable natural resource. It shows how powerful working together can be. It's a symphony of cooperation that can be heard across countries and cultures. There are many ways for the international community to respond and work together. Multilateral organizations help bring about change by making it easier for people to talk to each other, share information, and work together. They are places where governments, NGOs, and local communities can work together and form relationships. Through these networks, people share their knowledge, pool their resources, and come up with new ways to solve problems. Also, financial and professional help shows that the international community is responding and working together. Recognizing how urgent the situation is, countries and organizations help the people affected by it by giving them resources and their skills to meet the immediate humanitarian needs. They also help find long-term answers by investing in infrastructure that will last, ways to manage water, and projects to restore the environment. It is a sign of unity, a promise to help people who are suffering, and a shared duty to keep our planet alive. Diplomacy and talking to each other are very important to this group effort. Nations find common ground and answers by talking to each other openly, negotiating, and using diplomatic channels. The Jordan River becomes the main topic of conversation. It becomes a symbol of shared history and a warning that all countries are linked. Through diplomatic work, deals are made, policies are made, and international frameworks are set up to make sure that water resources are managed in a sustainable way and that fragile ecosystems are protected. How the international community reacts and collaborates also demonstrates the power of public knowledge and advocacy. Voices from all over the world join together in a chorus of worry, urging governments, businesses, and people to do something. A strong sense of responsibility and a common understanding of how our actions affect the environment are what are driving this movement. Awareness spreads like ripples on water through education, media campaigns, and community efforts. This makes people want to make a difference and pushes governments to make protecting the environment a top priority. Even though the Jordan River is drying up, there is still hope because of how the world is responding and working together. They show that togetherness won out over division and that caring won out over not caring. By working together, we can reach across lines and create a future where the Jordan River flows again and where the well-being of communities and the preservation of our natural world become guiding principles for future generations. We can build a road to a sustainable future if we work together with other countries. It is a world in which the Jordan River flows again, communities do well, and nature's wonders are kept safe. On this journey, we need to listen, learn, and work together, knowing that the sum of our individual deeds is much less than what we can do as a group. Even though scary things have happened along the Jordan River, we must not give up hope. We hope that by working together, we can bring nature back into balance, fix the damage we've done to it, and create a world where rivers move freely, ecosystems thrive, and people live in harmony with nature. Let the Jordan River's drying up be a turning point and a reason for change. May it make us want to walk together, led by kindness, responsibility, and a deep respect for the sacredness of life. Together, let's start a journey of renewal and build a future where the Jordan River and all rivers become symbols of strength, unity, and the enduring beauty of our world. So if you found this video informative, then we kindly ask you to please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And please don't forget to hit the bell icon to get all the latest notifications and updates from our channel. We appreciate you spending time with us today, and we look forward to catching up with you again next time. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.